Welcome to Almere-Stadt. It's the second game of the second stage of European qualifying for the 2023 FIBA World Cup for these two nations. And here in Group L, the Netherlands looking for their very first win of this campaign, host the reigning world champions Spain. I'm Tim Long, a pleasure to be with you on the road to next summer's World Cup in the Philippines, Japan and Indonesia. This is the first of 3 games this evening in Group L, before later on Iceland hosts Ukraine and Italy welcome Georgia, as we've just seen. 5 qualifiers remaining. Spain in pole position at 4-1 so far at the top of that group, well on course to be one of the 3 teams from the group that make it to next summer's showpiece. The Netherlands, though, winless so far, now in need of a miracle finish if they're to catch the likes of Georgia or Iceland for 3rd place. And that miracle, you feel, must start here this evening at home to the 2019 world champions. The 2 sets of players getting ready for their official introduction to this sizable crowd in Holland. And they'll look to get right behind their team and try and roar them on to that first win of these qualifiers. They will play the Netherlands at Eurobasket, tipping off next week. But their chances of making the World Cup next summer are a long shot. They've only ever qualified for 1 World Cup, and that was in Spain back in 1986, when they failed to make it out of the group stage with a 2-3 record. It was an overtime defeat to Argentina on game day 1 that proved decisive. They've never been to the Olympic Games, but next month they will compete at Eurobasket for only the 2nd time in the last 15 editions. The only previous appearance since 1989, coming in Croatia in 2015 when they finished with a 1-4 record. Spain being introduced first here as the road team for this one. The world number 2, 2-time world champions, 3-time European champions. And, winning the last world championship at the World Cup in China in 2019 when they beat Argentina by 20 in the final. And also won gold in Japan in 2006 when they demolished a Greek side that had knocked out the USA in the semis. 3-time Eurobasket winners as well, and will be aspiring to win a 4th title at the Continental Showpiece next month under Sergio Scariolo, the Italian who has led them to all of those recent honours, all 3 of their Eurobasket golds and the World Cup in 2019. The Netherlands will go to Eurobasket themselves. Altogether, they've been to 15 Eurobaskets, their best result coming in '83 when they finished 4th. That was in the midst of their golden era when they reached 7 out of 8 tournaments from 1975 to 1989. And that will be their main focus here, looking to put together a bit of confidence in front of these fans. If they can't cause the ultimate upset and beat Spain, Maurizio Buscalia's team, they will at least look to prepare for the big European tournament.
And now, the national anthem of the Netherlands. Ladies and gentlemen.
And to illustrate the size of the task for Maurizio Buscalia's team, the Netherlands have lost each of their last 11 games in the World Cup qualifiers. Only Paraguay and Cuba, losing 12, have suffered more consecutive defeats. In stark contrast, Spain have won 16 out of 19 in the history of this tournament. All 3 of their defeats have come on the road, but still, it is a tough ask for the Netherlands this evening. A quick introduction to your officiating crew. Before we get this one underway, the 2 sets of players going through their final warm-ups. Spain have certainly got plenty of challenges for Eurobasket next month. Despite being the world #2, they're not amongst the very top favourites at Eurobasket, where they'll challenge against the likes of Luka Doncic's Slovenia, Giannis's Greece, and Jokic's Serbia. They begin their campaign in only 5 days in Tbilisi, when they face Bulgaria, and they'll also take on Montenegro, Turkey, Belgium, and the hosts of Group A, Georgia. They start with Lorenzo Brown, Jaime Pradilla, Javi Lopez-Arostegui, Billy Hernan-Gomez, and his brother Juancho Hernan-Gomez, the starting 5 for Spain. Lorenzo Brown played his first qualifier on Wednesday and had 10 assists without a single turnover. A player who was only naturalised to play for Spain earlier this month. Sergio Scariolo's team 6-1 through this campaign, but with their 2 wins over North Macedonia wiped out, they're currently 4-1, or at 5-1 rather, at the top of Group L in the second stage. And they started with 4 straight comprehensive wins, home and away to Macedonia, as well as at home to Georgia and Ukraine. The streak ended in July with a 6-point loss in Tbilisi, Georgia. That same city where they'll contest Eurobasket Group A starting next week. 3 days later in Riga, they required a game-saving block at the buzzer from Sebastian Saiz to edge Ukraine by a single point. And tonight, they face this Netherlands side: Van der Vorst, De Vries, Williams, Schaftenaar, Kok, and Kloof, the starting 5 for them. Worthy de Jong has been their key player in this campaign. He will come off the bench. Ranks first for the team in rebounds, offensive rebounds and steals, and second in points, assists and blocks. Spain started the second stage this past Wednesday with a 30-point win over Iceland back home in Pamplona. The Netherlands continued their losing streak, dropped to 0-5 so far, losing by 11 in Georgia. Maurizio Buscalia recently also becoming the head coach of Napoli in Italy, having spent last season in Israel with Hapoel Holon. 9 historic years at Trento before departing in 2019. He took the club from the Italian 3rd tier all the way to the top flight and into the Euro Cup, where he was Euro Cup Coach of the Year in 2016, and also won Italian League Coach of the Year in 2015. And of course, it's another Italian on the opposing bench this evening, and Sergio Scariolo. And you won't find a coach that's won more honours than him. And here we go then. Low-lying plains of the Netherlands on the outskirts of Amsterdam here in Almere. There is a colossal mountain to climb for the hosts. They must cause one of the biggest upsets in qualifying history against a Spain side that scaled the ultimate summit themselves to be crowned world champions 3 years ago. A win would put the away side within touching distance of the grand stage again. it would leave the Netherlands teetering on the brink of elimination. Yuto Kok to contest the opening tip with Billy Hernan Gomez, and to win the opening possession of the game for the Netherlands. Olaf Schaften up. Let's see if they can start strong here. The hosts, a hand in the face, forcing the miss of Yuto Kok. Lorenzo Brown has recently moved at club level to Maccabi, after playing in Russia last season with Unix. Turned over by Spain on their first possession. And here's Worthy de Jong, who was listed on the bench in that lineup graphic we saw. Three-point shot, far side, rattled down by Van der Vries de Vries. The Netherlands land the first blow. It is a three. Van der Vries de Vries, already a four-time Belgian champion with Oostende. And look at the effort from the hosts here on defense as well. They're all pumped up in the opening minute or so of this ball game. And the offensive foul called against Spain. Back-to-back turnovers to start. After Van der Vries de Vries got a triple in between. Both across to the far side, reeled in again. Same spot, same shooter, different outcome though. Van der Vries de Vries off the mark this time. They downgraded that three to a two, it appears. Backdoor cut, in behind, mid-air challenge. Juancho Hernan Gomez at least stopped, albeit via the foul. Juancho Hernan Gomez, one of four players on this Spain roster to have won gold at the 2019 World Cup in China, along with his brother Rudy Fernandez and the injured Sergio Yui. Juancho struggled to find his flow so far in this window. Only went 3 of 10 from the field for 7 points on Wednesday, and then misses a pair here. And Spain still seeking those first points after over a minute and a half, and Worthy de Jong is not hanging around for them as he plows through the paint and produces the pile driver finish. Worthy de Jong's reputation in these qualifiers goes from strength to strength. What a start for the Netherlands. Worthy de Jong has averaged an all-round 13.3 points, 6.3 rebounds, 2.3 offensive rebounds, 3.8 assists, 2.3 steals and 1 block. A bit of everything. And here, a flying high highlight reel play. And Billy able to do what Juancho couldn't, to knock down a free throw. Billy Hernan Gomez played his 6th NBA season last season, his 2nd with the New Orleans Pelicans. Put up 9.1 points, 6.8 rebounds in 17 minutes on average. Only played 14.5 minutes on his qualifiers debut against Iceland on Wednesday. That was enough for a big stat line. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds, 2 blocks and a steal. 9 of his 13 field goal attempts, and he's got Spain's first 2 points here. de Jong moves it on. And then Van der Vries de Vries. Last touch off Spain. .2 left to shoot. De Jong, he's had a big dunk already. Can't contribute the 3, but his teammate picks up the pieces. Yuto Kok rising high in the paint. So the Netherlands by 4 again. Lorenzo Brown. Guided by De Jong, trying to stick with him, momentarily drew the double team, but turned over. Spain have committed several turnovers in the opening 3 minutes here. And the door slightly ajar for the Netherlands to at least create a platform from which to try and launch that miracle win. Open three, Schaftenaar got it! And the Dutch lead by 7. And Spain have to sort this out. It's been a torrid opening 3 and a bit minutes for them. The Netherlands shooting 4 of 7 from the field, but that was their first converted 3. Sergio Scariolo's team have committed 3 turnovers in just over 3 minutes. Brown to inbound. The 2018 NBA G League MVP before he came to Europe. Can't get his geometry right that time, Billy Hernan Gomez, but it's still Spanish possession. Lopez Erostegui to inbound. Padilla back out, and they'll work through Lorenzo Brown, their elite creator. Kicks it to the corner, 3-point shot, doesn't go again. Still no field goal for Spain after 3.5 minutes. Possession continues to remain in their hands. Brown. Dishes off. And Jaime Padilla gets high for the dunk. First field goal for Spain. It's taken nearly 4 minutes. They trail by 5. Worthy de Jong. Van der Vries very active in the opening minutes of this one. Nice pass to the corner as well. Extra pass on to Clough. Clough going behind the back. Dazzling dribble. What a move from Charlon Clough. Tying the Spanish defense in knots. And the Netherlands have turned it on here. De Jong in transition. He'll go for the tip and got it. And Spain don't quite know what's hit them so far. They trail by 9 points now. Turn it over again as well. Clough will slow it down this time. Van der Vries. Pass Lopez Erostegui. Lovely pass as well. Yito Kok rocks the rack. And the Netherlands are on fire. "11 straight qualifier defeats. They lead the world champions by 11. Timeout, Sergio Scariolo.
No jugamos físico. We didn't run any real pick and roll because we let them go through easy. We didn't put the man in the screen. We didn't set screen. Lo hemos bloqueado, no hemos puesto el hombre al bloqueo. Y pases dentro. Rovers, watch outside. Ya dentro y pasar fuera.
Okay, we'll keep the pressure. And guys, listen, no misunderstanding. On the back door, and when I'm coming from the corner, I don't want to switch between the small. Okay, no overplay, but stay face to face. No switch, just on the ball screen.
What a team effort it's been from the Netherlands so far. 2 field goals already for Yito Kok. A couple for Worthy de Jong as well. And how about this move from Clough? See you later. And this so far the only field goal for Spain in nearly 5 minutes. They've committed 5 turnovers already. And the Dutch have done so well to spread their scoring around. 4 points each for Kok and de Jong. 3 for Schaftenaar, 2 each for Kloof and Van der Verst de Vries. Midway point of the first quarter. Nobody predicted this. The Netherlands by 11. Free path towards the paint, but a miss by Jaime Fernandez, who is challenged at the basket, and the Dutch can try and stretch their advantage here. Deep three-point shot, got it! Olaf Schaftenaar with his second from downtown already. And the Netherlands lead Spain by 14. And it goes from bad to worse for the world champions. Another miss from Billy Hernan Gomez. Second bite of the cherry, offensive foul though. That's his second personal foul as well, I believe. And his second offensive foul. An illustration of the frustration. So, perhaps the standout player for the Spaniards has to check out. In comes a very capable replacement, Usman Garuba, a talented 20-year-old centre. Well, picked off, that's what Spain have to do. Turn to their defence, try and match the tenacity of the Dutch. They get the offensive rebound and finally the score. Juancho Hernan Gomez battling away. After 5 turnovers, in fact make it 6 turnovers from Spain. That was the first turnover from the Dutch. And it hardly slowed them down at all. Yuto Kok again. They're having their way with the world champions. 14 the lead once more. And a turnover again from Spain. It's come completely off the rails for them, and a foul in transition, which ties Spain level with the Netherlands on 3 fouls in this first quarter. That's from Rudy Fernandez. Yuto Kok is determined to scale the ultimate summit and climb that mountain and produce the ultimate upset. Kloof. And pass it on to Worthy de Jong. Bounce pass inside. Muscle meeting muscle mid-air and forced into the miss that time, Yuto Kok. Is this where the Spain comeback begins? Rudy Fernandez, trademark triple from the 37-year-old veteran. Sergio Scariolo's team turn to their wisdom. Floater falls short, a chance for back-to-back scores for Spain for the first time. On the trail, arriving late. It's the other Fernandez, Jaime. Here's Rudy again. That one goes down. Not quite as clean, but they count all the same. Back-to-back threes, Rudy Fernandez. Spain back on track. The 6-time Spanish champion, 2-time EuroLeague winner. And a decade at Real Madrid, getting the job done. Just what his coach wanted as he comes off the bench. The Netherlands have led by 14. It's very quickly fallen to 8. And Spain can continue to chip away. I think to try and continue to hold Spain at arm's length. A good opportunity here for Maurizio Buscaglia to talk to his team. And not allow this lead to dissipate.
It's 2 men.
That's only 2 shots they made.
Okay.
Go over. Keep fighting. Let's go. We got 1 foul again. Spend it right there. Let's go.
Olaf. And Leon Kai. And now, from the double I up or double I down. Long play. Okay. No rush like now because it was 1 dribble. Ball on the top, 12 seconds. Dribble end off. Every time 1 dribble end off and you shoot off on the ball screen. It's okay. Like in our own side. So it's off screen. Timing for the pass. It's okay. Take care of the ball. Until 24. Until 24.
Well, it was a 14-point lead for the Netherlands after 6.5 minutes at 20-6. But up stepped Rudy Fernandez to the perimeter to knock down back-to-back threes. And Spain have scored 6 points without reply. And now have the ball again. Even at 14, that early on, the question was always going to be how long can the Netherlands hold off the challenge of the world champions. Jaime Fernandez. It's Rudy. It's 3 in a row. Rudy rolling back the years and getting Spain back in touch. A hat-trick of threes in a matter of moments from one of the continent's all-time greats. And now, from 14 down, Spain can look to make it a 1-possession game. Bounce pass as the runway opens up. Just about grounded was Usman Garuba, albeit via the foul. And a chance to get Spain back within 3 from the line here. That 14-point Dutch lead was only 2 minutes ago. Since then, 9 unanswered points. But Garuba misses the first of this pair. A Real Madrid Academy product, the 2021 EuroLeague rising star before being drafted 23rd overall in the NBA draft. This is both. A little break for the Dutch to break the momentum of the Spaniards. Now can they get their offense flowing again? Yes, they can. Through Roland Schaftenaar, their veteran. A 34-year-old power forward with his first basket. The Dutch by 7, Garuba wanting to attack Schaftenaar. And in the final minute of the opening quarter, the Dutch at the foul limit, so back to the line goes Garuba, having just missed 2. Spain only 2 of 6 as a team. Garuba hits the first here, though. So the margin is 5 again, final minute of the first. What a big offensive quarter it's been for the Dutch. And over the last few minutes, their defensive barricades have been breached, finally. Oh, plenty of purpose through the paint. And then a touch of finesse to finish from Charlon Cloth. 7 the lead again. He has the hot hand and just about. The Netherlands survive getting burnt again by Rudy Fernandez. That was close. De Jong Nominal differential between shot clock and game clock at the end of the quarter. That's the last foul to give for Spain before the next one sends the Dutch to the line. 8.4 remaining. Shot clock turned off. If they play their cards right, it should be at least a 7-point lead at the end of one for the Netherlands. Can they extend it? Schaftenaar. It's going to have to be a shot right at the end of the quarter. And they didn't create a good one. Don't write off Rudy. Not in this form. That one after the buzzer, though. What a quarter. The Netherlands up by as many as 14 points after 6.5 minutes. But Spain then with a 9-point unanswered blitz to close the gap. 3 threes in quick succession from Rudy. And they're back within 7 at the end of one, 24-17. Let's take a look at the stats from the opening 10 minutes. Spain really struggling on the interior. Just 2 of 6, where the Dutch are dominating. 9 of 15. Spain have got to the line plenty of times, but only made half of their attempts. Turnover's the big problem for the world champions, though. They committed 7 in the opening 7 minutes. And then were able to protect the ball for the final 3 minutes. And that was the turning point in terms of getting themselves on the comeback trail, having trailed by 14. Rudy de Jong with the biggest moment of the game so far for the home team. And they've had a really good spread, 6 apiece for Olaf Schaftenaar and Jito Kok. 4 each for Charlon Kloof and Rudy de Jong. A couple of players on 2 as well. How about that move from Kloof? For Spain, it's all about Rudy Fernandez. Came in for the final 5 minutes of the quarter and hit 3 of 4 3-point attempts. Good time to remind you to download the Courtside 1891 app for all the stream schedules and scores. Right there in your pocket. If you're quick enough, catch the code. And what a huge couple of months, couple of summers we have coming up in FIBA basketball. You want all of those tools in your pocket. The Dutch turning to their defense and forcing a turnover right off the bat at the start of the second. Leon Williams coming in for the first time and making an impact. So 7 the lead for them. Can they start to grow a bit of a buffer again to withstand the inevitable retaliation from the Spanish? Lorenzo Brown will slow it down. Rudy Fernandez, this time darts onto the inside. Nowhere near as accurate as he has been from the perimeter so far. They grab the loose ball. Garuba showing his muscle, trying to create the angle. And the rebound recovered by Schaftenaar. And a tough offensive performance from Spain so far, particularly from 2-point range, where they're now only 2 of 7. Make it 2 of 8. Six on the shot clock for the Netherlands here. Picked off, though, by Rudy Fernandez. The cavalry arriving as well. Streaming forward in transition. Jaime Pradilla with the two-handed throwdown. So Spain back within 5. 4 points for the number 4. Matt Harms, 25-year-old centre into the game. On this near side, 3-point shot. Rims out into the hands of Lorenzo Brown. And Spain can look to make it a 1-possession game, having trailed by 14. There's the first foul of this second quarter. His team feel pretty happy with the position they're in now, having trailed by 14 in the first quarter. They back the quality of Spain. And Coach Scariolo certainly won't be happy with the performance thus far. A couple of fouls inside the opening couple of minutes of the second quarter. And the Dutch don't want to commit too many fouls early on in a quarter because they'll look to rely on their grit and determination on defense to try and disrupt any potential Spanish comeback. Send up their prayers for a few open misses as well, like that one. Harms, Williams. Plenty of time left on the shot clock. Worthy de Jong wants to dance with the defense. Off the crossovers, step back 3 misses, offensive rebound and a fresh 14. Can the Netherlands keep the scoreboard ticking over here? They're yet to score in the second quarter and turn it over. Spain have only got 2 points though in these 2.5 minutes. Lorenzo Brown, the newest addition to the Spanish roster. A crossover, pull back, 3-point shot of his own, showing the opposition how it's done. And from 14 down, Spain are within 1 possession. Cause for concern for Coach Buscalia on the Netherlands bench. They've been reliant on their 3-point shooting, 4 of 8. And the freedom of the paint to alleviate the pressure for the Netherlands as Matt Harms produces the hammer. So Spain 4 of 8 from 3. They're only 3 of 9 from 2. Rudy looks to change that, but the percentage continues to drop. Spain will get the ball back. So they're 30% from 2-point range, Spain, 50% from the perimeter. The first 3 of their 3-pointers from Rudy, and then 1 more recently from Lorenzo Brown. That was his first 3 for the Spanish national team in these qualifiers. Lorenzo Brown, after he made a couple of 2s on Wednesday. Here he is again, Brown, the 32-year-old. Not too long from Pradilla. Spain not happy with the call there. First foul of this second quarter. And it's a foul on Billy Hernan-Gomez again. Trying to battle for the rebound. It's 3 personal fouls on Billy Hernan-Gomez, who's only played just over 5.5 minutes. Coach Scariolo not happy. And understandably animated, given the situation. There's a clear tug of the jersey. Spain's main men will probably not play at least for the rest of this quarter now. De Jong. Bounce pass between two defenders. And the foul line jumper drops for Roland Schaftenaar. His second field goal. The Dutch by 6, keeping their noses ahead after a 14-point lead was cut to 2. As an assistant coach, Scariolo won an NBA championship with the Toronto Raptors, their very first in 2019. He looks across and sees the deficit halved by Lopez Arostegui with the 3 again. Spain reliant on their perimeter shooting to remain close in this one. Schaftenaar trying to play the bounce pass on close proximity to get Hamilton. And they can't look at the scoreboard, the Netherlands. They have to keep playing hard on each and every possession, each and every defensive set as it goes inside. Schaftenaar misses, and Spain now can get as close as they've been, or maybe even get level. Offensive rebound in between two defenders, fresh 14 on the shot clock, midway point of the second quarter. And there's a whistle, and that is already foul number 4 on the Netherlands here in the second. So no individual foul trouble for them, but team foul trouble before half-time. Spain have only committed 1 foul in this quarter, but they have one of their key players, Billy Hernan Gomez, on 3 personal fouls. Leon Williams just becoming the first Dutch player to pick up his second. Nice passing from the world champions. Corner 3 for the tie. Level from 14 down in this first half. It took them a while to show up, but they're here now. And their threes have been crucial to the comeback cause. 6 of 10 on the outside. Still Dutch ball. Spain have still only hit 3 two-pointers. They've now hit 6 threes. 25% shooting on the interior, 60% on the perimeter. The comeback from 14 down to tie took around 9 minutes of play. Rudy de Jong back out. The opportunity for the wide open 3, instead contested mid-ranger, misses for Schaftenaar. And now Spain looking for the lead with Lorenzo Brown pulling the strings. And they lead with a chance at a 3-point play. From 14 down, Spain have finally put it right. Fran Guerra with the score and the foul. We'll have a timeout on the Dutch bench. Understandably unhappy, Maurizio Buscalia.
Baseline, no more zone, man to man. Okay, come on.
so tough to take, but you see the strength and depth of Spain there. 16 points off the bench. And the latest couple from Fran Guerra, the 29-year-old centre, getting them ahead for the very first time. And that after their three-point shooting show had eaten up a 14-point deficit. And the Dutch have certainly made it interesting. It's looking now like that's all they've done. Interesting rather than an upset. Spain have fired back in a big way. But the hosts have to reset now, go again. They're only down by 2, approaching half-time. And many might have expected them to get blitzed here. Have they got a second wind? Can they put the disappointment of losing that 14-point lead behind them? Not just yet, picked off in transition. They come with Brown onto the inside to Guerra, back out. Brown locked and loaded, missing the target. Quarterback pass, Van der Vries, De Vries into the end zone. But it's not happening right now for the Netherlands. Having lit up the first quarter, now they can't buy a bucket. 3.5 to play in the first half. At this stage of the first quarter, the Netherlands led 20-6, a 14-point lead. Since then, it's an 8-24 Spanish run over the last 10 minutes of play. And that drought on the offensive end rather summed up by the missing transition from Shane Hammink. Guerra at the line. Got it off the double hop. The force is with Spain right now. (2.14 centre who plays with Tenerife. He's played 6 of the previous 7 qualifiers in this campaign. 5.2 points, 5.2 rebounds. They only had one player who's played in every qualifier, Spain. Shows the depth of talent this nation possesses. Welcoming NBA stars for this window. The Dutch are determined to continue to do their thing. Ito Kok gets them back within 2. Well, if you asked him before the game, with 3 minutes of the first half to play, would you take a 2-point ball game? He would probably have said yes, but certainly not when his team were up by 14 after 6.5 minutes. Dario Brizuela has just knocked down a technical for Spain. That was beautiful Spanish basketball when they found him in the corner for a 3. The world champions finding their cohesion and completing this comeback. Lead by 3 with 3 minutes of the first half to play. Jaime Fernandez. Juancho Hernan Gomez bumped from both sides and forced into the miss. De Jong looking swiftly down the floor. Van der Vries, De Vries inside! And soaring to the Dutch skies goes Ito Kok. A double-digit first half for him. The Flying Dutchman gets them within a whisker. The Netherlands are at the foul limit in this second quarter. As we take a look at this pinpoint pass from Van der Verst de Vries, and the finish to match from Ito Kok, who's the top scorer in this ball game now with 10. 5 of 8 from the field in just 10.5 minutes of play. Talked about the Netherlands dominating on the interior. He's the main reason why 13 of their 15 field goals have come from two-point range. In contrast, Spain have hit a couple more threes than they have twos. They were even missing their foul shots earlier, Spain, but they're hitting them now and they lead by 2. Kok bypassed that time as they look for the same connection. Van der Verst de Vries penetrating. Guerra handing it off to Jaime Fernandez. Final 2 minutes of the second. Defense, the chant that rings around this arena, to no avail. And a triple for Spain from Juancho. And they stretch their advantage to 5, their largest lead. A turnover as well from the home team. 3-on-2 fast break, stop and pop. 3-point shot will drop. And Spain are shooting the lights out from long range. The lead stretched to 8 with their 8th three. It was turnover after turnover for Spain in the first quarter. Now the Dutch struggling to protect the ball. They'll try and answer back with a 3 of their own. Off the mark for Schaftenaar, who has hit a couple. And it's becoming a concern now for the Netherlands. They don't want to let it slip. All of their good work from this first half over these closing exchanges. They have to turn to their defense to try and stop the Spanish flow. Charles Clough does just that, working hard to block the passing lane into Juancho Hernan Gomez, showing his hustle against the man who starred in the film Hustle. Inside the final minute of the first half, Sergio Scariolo's team from 14 down now lead by 8. A huge swing. Final 53.3 seconds. There's a bit of sorting out to do in the arena. This is a really important 53 seconds for his team. If, to make the most of the good work they've done, particularly in the first quarter here against the world champions. Juancho Hernan Gomez with a big 3. Spain's largest lead is 8 points. The Dutch have produced plenty of big plays of their own. And the big man Ito Kok with a big first half performance. Double figures in scoring. Dominating the paint. But Spain turning to their sharp shooters to gun down the Dutch advantage. Spain have hit twice as many threes as they have twos now. Spain 4 of 14 from 2-point range, 8 of 13 from 3. They're even shooting a better percentage from 3 than they are from the foul line, where they're 8 of 14. 62% on those 3-point attempts. Contrast that with the Dutch, who They're shooting 54% on the inside. They've only taken 8 three-point attempts, hitting only 2 of them. And the home team are yet to go to the foul line. Bit of support for Spain in the house as well. Almere on the outskirts of Amsterdam in the Netherlands. A team that's lost 11 straight World Cup qualifiers, with only Paraguay and Cuba suffering worse losing streaks against the world champions Spain, who've won 16 of their previous 19 games in the history of this tournament. The Spanish fans certainly had the seed of doubt sown into their minds after 6.5 minutes, trailing by 14 as the Dutch came out flying. Spain showing the character of reigning world champions to turn to a man with more experience than anyone else on this court, Rudy Fernandez, to come in off the bench and knock down 3 threes without reply. Very swiftly cut that 14-point deficit down to 5, and now they've got themselves up by 8. He's only played 8.5 minutes, Rudy Fernandez, but he is Spain's top scorer with those 3 threes. 9 points. Behind him, they've got 5 each from Juancho Hernan Gomez and Dario Brizuela. 4 each from Jaime Pradilla and Frangueira. The Dutch led by the 10 of Yito Kok. They have 6 from Olof Schaftenar, who's hit a couple of threes. Back underway after that brief stoppage for a technical issue. We're in the final minute of the second quarter with Spain leading by 8. Here's Clough. De Jong. Prodding, probing, looking to penetrate back out to Van der Verst Davries. Shot clock winding down and then bailed out by the official's whistle. With 3.8 left to shoot. He's not been too happy with what he's seen so far. Clough. Trying to create some room. Excellent defense, poked away. Shot clock ticking down again, final second. Desperation 3, De Jong still got a good look. Offensive rebound now. And only a couple of seconds differential between shot clock and game clock at the end of the first half. So the Dutch will slow it down. Van der Verst Davries doesn't do much slowly. De Jong inside, draws the attention of a couple of defenders. And Kok unable to convert. Well, those expressions on Dutch faces tell the story. They were buoyant. They were brilliant in the opening 6.5 minutes, led by as many as 14 and threatening to cause a huge upset against the reigning world champions. But Spain eventually showed it to the party and turned that 14-point deficit into an 8-point lead. Done so via their perimeter shooters. 8 of 13 for 62% on the outside. Twice as many three-pointers converted as two-pointers for Spain. They've won the battle on the boards as well. And they put right the problem of all of their early turnovers. They committed 7 in the first 7 minutes of the game, Spain, only 2 since then. Recently been through the top scorers. Take a closer look at those players before we come back for the second half as well. What an opening 6.5 minutes it was for the Dutch. They came flying out of the gates, knocking down shot after shot, forcing turnover after turnover, pouring forward in transition. Worthy De Jong. And the biggest illustration of that, they led by 14 points at 20-6, with 3.5 left to play in the first quarter. And Spain would turn to Rudy Fernandez. It took a long time to score their first field goal through Padilla. And that's when the Dutch were really feeling it. Scholl Kloof drawing the oohs and ahs from this home crowd. A home crowd that they made believe that the upset was possible. A double-digit half from Koch. 10 points to lead the way of all scorers. A high percentage on the interior for the Dutch. And then came the retaliation from Spain on the perimeter. Rudy Fernandez that time the assist, but he came into the game with 3 straight threes to cut that 14-point gap down to 5 in a matter of moments. Spain got as close as 2, and then the comeback was halted for a while. But the Netherlands, it seems, only delayed the inevitable. Spain, who continued to shoot the lights out from long range, eventually getting themselves in front for the first time, stretching their lead to as many as 8 points now at the half. In the midst of all of that, and the big comeback, there was a big play for the Dutch. But a small stitch in what is now a wide-open wound, trailing the world champions by 8 points at half-time. The Netherlands 32, Spain 40. At the main break here in Almere.
Als speler voor de Paralympics goud in 1992. Daarna heb je met heel veel succes jezelf op het coachen gestort. Zowel in het valide als in de rolstoelbasketbal. Met deze vrouw
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands. It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
And he has 7 points on the night. So nice action out of a timeout, but goodness me. Bako, number 19.
To pour forward, to twist, to turn, to wait, to pick their moments, to pounce on the perimeter. And the big house in Belgrade booms at the buzzer.
We're not going to give Cedi Osman and Court Max and Schengen when he comes in much time. Oh my goodness! Porzingis unconscious from behind the arc.
(29:30) midway point of the second. Lauri Markkanen taking off again.
And what a block by Baku.
Eight-second differential. Game clock, shot clock. Doncic drills it. Wow. He's just breathtakingly good, isn't he?
Greece looking to make it a one-possession game. Dorsey, get out of here! But it's the former MVP who comes down the floor and brings the thunder. The Greek freak on a streak.
Porzingis way downtown, just short, but good rebound. No good, balls loose. Porzingis comes in and skies for the rebound and throws it down, and that gets the crowd and everybody off their feet.
It gets those nerves jangling in this humongous Serbian crowd again. Superstar versus superstar. Superstar shot. And Belgrade believes. Jokic over Giannis. Welcome back to Almere-Stad in the Netherlands, where the hosts trail by 8 points at the half to world champion Spain, 32-40. The second game of the second stage of European qualifying for the 2023 FIBA World Cup for these two. And Spain with a win would pretty much guarantee their place back at the grand stage next summer. Will put them top of the group with a 5-1 record. The Dutch yet to win a game at all in this qualifying campaign. Simply have to win. You feel if there's to stand any chance of a miracle finish. And they gave themselves reason to dare to dream early on until the intervention of this man for Spain. 14-point Dutch lead before 3 straight threes from Rudy Fernandez. He's their top scorer on 9 points. Chito Koch leads the way of all scorers in the game on 10. He's done his work on the interior, 10 points in 13 minutes, 5 of 9 all from 2-point range. A string of dunks is part of that as well, including a hugely impressive alley-oop finish on the end of that pass from Van der Verst de Vries. Can the Dutch dig deep and go again? They unloaded everything they had, all of their defensive energy, followed by their offensive firepower in that opening 6.5 minutes to lead by 14 at 20-6. We've seen the quality of the world champions to complete a comeback already. Over the last 13.5 minutes of play, the score is the Netherlands 12, Spain 34. 22-point swing. And the home team, with these fans behind them in Almere, get the momentum to swing back the other way one more time at least. Harms is their leading rebounder so far with 4. He's only played just over 5.5 minutes. Van der Verst de Vries with 3 assists. Worthy de Jong has 3 assists as well to lead them creatively. De Jong, who started on fire, 4 early points, including a huge blaze to the basket to dunk, still only has 4 points in 18 minutes of the half. He's been the best player for the Netherlands through this campaign. One of their biggest offensive weapons, misfiring for most of that first half. 0 of 4 on the outside. It might be that the Dutch need a few more of those threes to drop as a team. They're only 2 of 9 from 3-point range. Contrast that with the 8 of 13 for Spain. You have your quick comeback An 8-point lead at the half for the visiting side. Keep doing what they're doing on the interior, the Netherlands. Hope that some of their perimeter shooters can knock down shots as well, and maybe they will have a glimmer of hope. But Spain only going from strength to strength after the slow start now. You see briefly their leaders in the various categories. They're led creatively by Lorenzo Brown, who had 10 assists on Wednesday, another 3 here. They've had 4 rebounds from Lorenzo Brown as well, leading them jointly in that category, along with Usman Garuba's 4 rebounds. He's only played 8 minutes. And the key to the comeback has been twofold, effectively, for Spain. Shooting an astonishing percentage from long range. Lorenzo Brown's been a part of that, knocking down one of his 2 attempts, but also a part of what they've done right, handling the ball as well after 7 early turnovers, only a couple since. It was a nightmare start for Spain, but they've put the nightmare right already. They will dream of going to the World Cup to try and keep hold of the trophy they won in China in 2019. Before that, they'll hope to contend for the gold at Eurobasket. Incredible to think that they hadn't, with all of their talent and history, won Eurobasket before they did it in 2009 under Sergio Scariolo. And then came 3 golds in quick succession: 2009, 2011, 2015. Rudy Fernandez knows a bit about standing at the top of the podium. Still got it, he's shown in the first half here at the age of 37. Oh, back the years on Wednesday as well against Iceland, when he had 13 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals and a block in only 16.5 minutes. What an option to have coming off your bench, especially if you're in need of a triple or 2. Dutch having to look perhaps to their captain and star player Worthy de Jong here. Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year and Dutch Player of the Year. En route to the first ever BNXT Belgian-Dutch League title this past season. Look to these fans as well to try and give them the boost they need in this 3rd quarter. Just before the start of the second half, time to remind you to download the World Cup Qualifiers app as well. Absolutely crucial now on the final run-in towards next summer's showpiece event, that you are able to access all of the news, stats and videos. It's a fantastic tool. Sergio Scariolo has plenty of tools at his disposal to try and see this through in the next 20 minutes. Lorenzo Brown knows his players have to dig a little deeper, go again, knock down some 3-point shots and Play disruptive defense. And he took on the head coach job with the Netherlands in 2019 with the aim of taking them to Eurobasket this year. He succeeded in doing that, but any dream of taking them to the World Cup is swiftly dying. Lorenzo Brown had to catch up with it in the corner, far side to save it, back to Garuba. Brown again, going to work, final 5 seconds of the shot clock, pull up three-point shot, got it, and Spain lead by double figures for the first time. Not at all the start that the Netherlands were looking for in this second half. And it goes from bad to worse for them as Lorenzo Brown rubs salt in Dutch wounds. A 13-point lead for Spain, having trailed by 14. A 27-point swing and a quick-fire 5 points for Lorenzo Brown. He was chief creator against Iceland on Wednesday. He's become an important scorer here this evening. Only Rudy Fernandez has more than his 8 points now. Showing he can do it inside and out, and on defense. It's now a 12-39 scoring breakdown since those opening 6.5 minutes. Lorenzo Brown will go to work on Clove, try and give him a taste of his own medicine. Clove quick enough to keep up. Lopez Arostegui, look out! Here he comes down the runway, Usman Garuba, and that might be the knockout blow. Spain are throwing all of their weight into this one now, and the Dutch are rocked back against the ropes. From 14 down, the world champions lead by 15. Just looking to inject a bit of hope into the host. Charlon Clove with another lovely attack towards the basket. $13 the margin though. Nice passing this time, back out from Garuba. This three-point shot, pass down the floor, back-to-back baskets for the Dutch, and the first points in a long, long time for De Jong. They've just got to remain alive now, Coach Buscalia's team. Garuba means business in the paint. Flat shot though. Still Spanish possession. Spain were looking to put this one to bed early in the second half, picking up right where they left off towards the end of the first, but a couple of quick scores from the Dutch, determined to break the momentum. 11 the margin. Juancho Hernangomez. Lorenzo Brown. Guarded by De Jong, passes out to the double team. Free, coming down the baseline. And traveling was Juancho Hernangomez. So a chance to make it a single-digit margin again for the Netherlands. Looked like Juancho had got in there free, but the presence in the paint of Ito Cock enough to disrupt and force the turnover. They've given it right back. The Netherlands have pretty much got to play a perfect game now for the next 17 minutes if they are to complete a comeback. They can't afford costly mistakes like that. Schaffner grabs the loose ball. They get away with the mistake this time. On the verse, De Vries. De Jong. Recently had his first point since the first couple of minutes. Van der Vest de Vries, shot clock down to the final 4 here. Up against Garuba. Kloof, up fake, got it away, just in time. It doesn't go down, and the three-point shooting still hurting the Netherlands. Lorenzo Brown. The Dutch now only 2 of 12 from three-point range. And Spain looking to show them how it's done. Lopez Arostegui off the ball movement around the perimeter. 14-point lead for Spain. Kloof can't cancel out that last three. And they're throwing up bricks from deep, the Netherlands. And in transition comes Lorenzo Brown to do his thing again. Double digits for Lorenzo Brown for the first time on the Spanish national team at these qualifiers. And this is the largest lead of the game. I said that the Dutch would have to play a near perfect game. That was only a minute and a few seconds ago. And they have the opportunity at that stage to make it a single-digit game. Lorenzo Brown, the personification of how Spain can hit you hard and fast. They now lead by 17. Van der Vest de Vries. Hard to see where a comeback is coming from now for the hosts, but they'll refuse to wave the white flag. There's plenty of time. But do they have the required talent? Koch certainly has the character as he draws a foul up against Pradilla. He's been in bullish mood all evening. That's the story at half-time. It continues to be the differential in the three-point shooting between the two teams. Spain, 10 threes, 63% accuracy. The Netherlands, 2 threes, 15%. That's 12 points. In fact, they were the first 2 free throws of the game for the Netherlands as Garuba goes up. He's denied the and one, but he'll go to the line for 2. The lead for Spain, approaching the midway point of the third quarter. De Jong gets it back again, worthy De Jong. 6 points so far for the number 6. Van der Vest de Vries to Koch, back to De Jong, takes the three-point shot and makes one on the outside. Only the third 3 of the game for the Netherlands. They were shooting 15% on the outside before that one. He was 0 of 4. 13 the gap. They need a few more of those to concern the world champions. They need to stop Spain scoring as well. Garuba, second chance scoring opportunity. Back to Fernandez. We'll slow it down, working the final 5 seconds of the shot clock. Jaime Fernandez got it in traffic, sliding down to the hardwood. Spain hitting the Dutch from all distances and angles now. De Jong forcing Spain into their third foul of the third. And Rudy Fernandez. What leadership and experience Rudy has. That will help Spain at Eurobasket this summer, and we'll hope at the World Cup next summer. Kopp takes a seat. Hammock is in the game, the number 11, Worthy de Jong. Takes it in between two, blazes to the basket and scores. 3 field goals in this third quarter for de Jong. He's up to 11 points, the top scorer. And the second top scorer now for the Dutch. On the verse De Vries. Starts into the paint, kicks it back. Plenty of time on the shot clock here. They look to work it inside and outside, and a whistle against Spain. "13 is the margin. It's been as many as 17 for Spain and as many as 14 for the Netherlands in the first quarter. There's 4 fouls on Spain now, with still 3.5 minutes left of the third, so any more fouls from their defense for the rest of this quarter will send the Dutch to the line, where they've only taken 2 free throw attempts in this game, coming a couple of minutes ago. Chastenard onto the corner. Trying to find room down the baseline, kicking it back out to Hamming was Williams, and then the long 2 off the mark. This is a huge 3 minutes and change now for the Netherlands, which might very well decide whether they go into the fourth quarter with any hope at all. That's their third foul. They're just about hanging around in the fight. Whether they can go the next level and start to creep closer is a pertinent question. Fernandez took the shot himself, missed it, helped out on the boards. Hernan Gomez, who was missing for much of that first half, picking up 3 fouls. Back in, giving Spain extra ammunition. Speaking of ammunition, the Dutch needing to find it on the perimeter, and Hamming answers the call. "12 the gap." Defense absolutely necessary. They try and close out in the corner, with de Jong making himself as big as possible, but Brizuela able to hit the bottom of the net with pinpoint precision. That's the size of the challenge now for the Dutch. They can pour everything in on defense, but great offense comes out on top. It feels like it's been a good few minutes for the Netherlands, but they still trail by 15. Spain at the foul limit for the third quarter. Rudy Fernandez goes to the bench. That's his fourth foul. 9 points, 2 steals in 12 minutes. Now dangling by a disciplinary thread. They've protected the ball well, the Netherlands. They've knocked down as many threes in this quarter as they did in the whole of the first half. And they're at the line now for their 5th attempt, having not taken any in the game before this quarter. And all it's done is keep them around the same distance away, because Brizuela keeps on knocking down threes. How on earth do you combat that? Spain with 12 triples. Brizuela, 2 in quick succession, 3 of 3 in the game. Shafton on, little push shot. $14 the margin. Approaching the final minutes of the third quarter. Fernandez. Jaime Fernandez, that is, goes around the screen. Looking to work with Billy Hernan-Gomez. He receives it. With only a few seconds left on the shot clock, is he aware? He turns around, gets the long 2 away. Too many weapons for the world champions. They're hitting the Dutch inside and out now. Reliant on their threes to keep them alive and launch a comeback early on. And now in full flow. 16 the lead for Spain. Nice ball movement for the Netherlands. Open 3 off the mark though. And that's been one of the big differences. Despite a slight uplift in form on the perimeter for the Dutch in this quarter. They're only 4 of 16 still for 25%. Spain 12 of 19 for 63%. Up high for Billy Hernan-Gomez. Back in off the bench on foul trouble and back with a bang. Spain by 18, now their largest lead. And a chance maybe for one more shot before the quarter buzzer. Not quite away in time. But Spain have pulled away, despite the very best efforts of their hosts to keep it close. Sergio Scariolo's team lead by 8. Have survived the 14-point deficit and the slow start early on. They've survived the foul trouble to one of their key players. They've survived the Dutch passion on home floor. And now they've raced away, as Lorenzo Brown did there. 18 the lead for Spain. I said it was going to be a mountain to climb for the Netherlands against the world champions, as Garuba got to the summit there for the big sledgehammer of a finish. Now it's surely mission impossible for the Dutch. It's the three-point shooting numbers that continue to stand out. The Dutch significantly better than Spain on the interior, but from three, a huge disparity. It was back in the second quarter we said that the Dutch perhaps would have to knock down a series of threes and increase that percentage. They gave themselves a chance at doing that, hitting a couple of threes early in the third quarter, but then started to miss them again. Clough off the turnover, lost it straight away. Spain looking to go up by 20. Brizuela, 3 threes for him. Now a turnover. 3-on-2 fast break. Clough out to the near side. Leon Williams puts it on the floor, waits for the trail to arrive. Spain are back behind the ball in transition. Not clinical enough from the Dutch. 3 points are passed up by Ruben Schaftenaar. Worthy de Jong to work in the final couple of seconds, and an air ball. Look at where those threes have come from for Spain as de Jong goes across to the bench. With a bit of an injury concern. They can ill afford to lose him ahead of Eurobasket, where they will play in Group D in Prague, starting this coming week. The turnover, another transition. This time they are clinical, getting to the basket for the layup. Leon Williams the score. He was a role player for them back at Eurobasket in 2015. It's another Spanish turnover. Well, surely they've built a big enough advantage to survive a series of mistakes here in the fourth quarter, but it won't be to the liking of Coach Scariolo. They do take their foot off the gas. Clough. And there's an offensive foul against the Dutch. But you look at where the three-pointers have come from for Spain. Brizuela, 3 of 3. Rudy Fernandez, 3 of 4. Lopez Arostegui, a couple. Lorenzo Brown, a couple. Pancho Hernan Gomez has hit one, as has Jaime Fernandez. They've spread them around. It was a bit of a false start for Spain. It was a bit of a false start for Billy Hernan Gomez, but the world champions and their star have come to life since. Clough back from the baseline. One more dynamic dunk for that man there. Ito Koch. He's produced a series of them through the course of this contest. Lopez Arostegui into Billy Hernan Gomez. Lost it, tried to recover it. You have to admire the effort from the big man. And then a whistle. That's what makes you a top player, not just the quality, but the hustle. Battling for every ball in any set of circumstances, even with your team up by 16. Let's take a look at this air ball that contributed to the grimace on the face of Worthy de Jong. It's only landed on that three-point attempt, it seems. They're running out of time for his recovery ahead of Eurobasket.
tot 6.
Well, the Dutch played with this sizzling spirit back at Eurobasket in 2015. Always the underdogs at a major tournament. And we'll have plenty of that bite in Prague as well. To ruffle the feathers of some of the sport's big boys. And certainly did that early on in this one. But Spain have passed the test with flying colours. That was their 13th three of the game. (13 of 20 for 65%. They're only shooting 46% from two-point range. And only 58% from the stroke. It's an offensive foul. Turnovers coming back into the Spanish offense. 15 in the game now. That was their big problem early on, allowing the Dutch to open up their 14-point advantage after 6.5 minutes. Sergio Scariolo's team then correcting the problem, racing away. And it's becoming a problem again, but in terms of the scoreline, they're pretty much out of sight, up by 19. A bit of complacency setting in. 6.5 to play. Even if the Dutch produce a final 6.5 minutes that's even better than their first 6.5 minutes, they still wouldn't win this game. Sholon Clough at the line. He was a big contributor when they were at Eurobasket in 2015, averaged 16.2 points, 4.6 rebounds and 3.2 assists in Zagreb, Croatia. Speaking of three-point shooting, he was 11 of 18 in downtown in that tournament. Similar numbers to Spain as a team here tonight. In contrast, the Dutch only 4 of 17. Brizuela looking for a 2 to add to his 3 threes. He's got 13 points now, a couple of free throws as well, so he's the top scorer for Spain in 14 minutes on court. Still plenty of hustle from the world champions, despite being up by 19. Looking to make it the out-and-out largest lead. If you can't do it inside, maybe find one of your sharpshooters on the perimeter, as they've done time and time again. Long range 2. Sholon Clough looking to get to the basket, wriggles away after doing the hard part, misses the layup. Lopez Arostegui. Midway point of the final quarter. Bounce pass in between 2. Pretty finish on the reverse. And Spain lead by north of 20. Largest lead of the game. And Sebastian Saiz provides it. Clough onto the corner. A little hesitation from Schaftenar before eventually pulling the trigger on a 3. Offensive rebound. Schaftenar didn't hesitate that time, but still missed. It was only their 5th offensive rebound of the game, the Dutch. Spain have had 12. And they're having their way with the host now, inside and out. Saiz a couple of baskets. 4.5 to play. Spain up by 23. And a timeout on the Dutch bench as Maurizio Buscalia looks to use this as a learning experience now for his players ahead of Eurobasket.
And we start with Julian on the flash position, okay? For the smooth and then the kickback, okay? Like this. Now on defense, keep the show because it was okay. Yellow? Yeah, yes, yellow, the H. Most important, like before, it was a good stance and cover, and this position, no middle drive. It's okay. On offense, guys, it's like this. Just one missing shot, we can open very well. But look, now you insisted with the hard side. Okay, so Judo, if they trap, or there's too much separation, move it until the half court. And then we swing 2 against 1. Keep rolling it, man. Keep rolling, don't go down. Come on.
51 points to bridge half-time over quarters 2 and 3 for Spain. After the slow start, the swift recovery, the comeback from 14 down. And then that big 28-point third quarter, seeing the lead balloon off the back of 3 after 3 after 3. Despite the best efforts of the number 33 for the Dutch. Spain are out of sight now. Vito Koch leads the Netherlands with 14 points. Leads all scorers in the game. And Spain have spread their 79 around. 23, the largest lead. Approaching the final 4 minutes. There's a Dutch turnover. Leon Williams off the back of the timeout. After this, they will travel to Prague. Get ready for the start of Group D. The first game is straight in at the deep end, the Netherlands, against Serbia. Maybe even more underdogs for that one than they are tonight. As Garuba scores and takes Spain beyond 80 points. Lead is up to 25, 7 points for Garuba, another turnover for the Dutch. They seem to have nothing left now. Spain have scored more than 75 points in 8 straight games now in this qualifying campaign. They're playing Group A of Eurobasket, Spain. To start against Bulgaria on Thursday, the day before the beginning of the Dutch in Prague when they face Serbia on Friday. Spain set to take on Montenegro, Turkey, host Georgia in Tbilisi, Belgium and Bulgaria. Brizuela, top scorer for the Spaniards, looking for another 3 on the step back this time. Rebound grabbed by Van der Verst Davries. Final 2.5 minutes. There's the 20-year-old guard who's getting an excellent learning experience here against the world champions and dances in past the defense to score. This past season he was finals MVP in the Belgian league at the age of just 20. The bright young stars of Dutch basketball. The youngest player ever to represent his country when he made his debut at just 16. Shot clock winding down. Garuba aware, but not on target. Joel Parrott for Spain. Final 2 minutes. The Dutch trying to take it at least into the teens. Koch lost the handle on it on his way towards the basket though. Garuba back to Brizuela. There's a bit of a changing of the guards for Spain in terms of the roster since that World Cup triumph in 2019. And Ousmane Garuba is one of their bright young stars coming through. Knocks down another three. But listen to the reaction of the Dutch fans to hear Worthy de Jong come back in after that earlier injury. Speaking of stars, they need him on the plane to Eurobasket. There is de Jong, moving fine now. Looking to put the moves on Garuba. On the verse, De Vries from the elbow. Hotly contested, got it to drop the 20-year-old. Final minute of the ball game, 22 the margin. There's the time for one more three for Spain. Not that time from Lopez Arostegui. They have knocked down 14 threes in this game at over 60% accuracy. Well, they will rise as one here in Almirstadt to show their appreciation for their team ahead of the trip to Eurobasket in Prague. The Dutch, the ultimate underdogs, looking to show their bite against the big boys. They've got the character. Tonight they haven't quite had the quality. And despite that explosive start that saw them up by 14 after 6.5 minutes. Now they need to figure out how to maintain and sustain. Keep up ahead of steam. Rudy de Jong hearing it one more time before he boards the plane. The biggest star of Belgian-Dutch basketball this past season. One of the national team's key players back at Eurobasket 2015. He'll be even more so at Eurobasket 2022. This crowd hugely relieved to see him survive an injury scare. (22) the lead for Spain. Kaya van der Verst De Vries will just dribble the ball out. The Dutch will still wait for a World Cup qualifying win. They'll probably wait a few more years for a World Cup ticket. But they're about to board the plane to Eurobasket again, with Worthy de Jong leading the charge. And this was not bad preparation at all. They went up by as many as 14 against the world champions in the first quarter before Spain unloaded from the perimeter to overturn the deficit and earn a win that takes them to 5-1. At the top of their group, and Sergio Scariolo's team, it looks inevitable that they will once again, after Eurobasket this summer, go to the grandest FIBA stage of them all and play at the World Cup next summer, where they will look to defend their gold. Rudy de Jong had several big moments, en route to 11 points on 5 of 10 shooting, 3 assists and a steal. Only Mito Kop with 16 points scored more, as the Netherlands have the better of the percentages from the stripe and on the interior. But look at the 3-point disparity. Only 4 threes for them, 14 for Spain. Spain, who dominated the boards as well, were able to show their powers of recovery. And a well-balanced offensive display led by the 13 of Brizuela, who knocked down 3 threes. And they would finish with 4 scorers in double figures. Lorenzo Brown, the second top scorer, with 11, having been creator on his World Cup qualifiers debut against Iceland on Wednesday with 10 assists and 0 turnovers. Tonight it was 11 points and 3 assists. And he also had 10 points apiece from Billy Hernan Gomez, despite only playing 12.5 minutes due to foul trouble, and Usman Garuba, who did ever so well after coming into that forward line off the bench. Lorenzo Brown, one of a series of Spanish scorers to knock down 3-point shots. He hit a couple of them, as they shot 61% from the perimeter as a team. Brown with a big dunk in transition as well. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists and a steal for him. Usman Garuba continuing to develop into a star on this international stage. 10 points and 3 of 5 shooting from the field, 6 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds for him. And it was always going to be difficult for the Dutch. They dared to believe, dared to dream after going up by 14 after 6.5 minutes. But the retaliation from the world champions, too difficult to deal with. Rudy Fernandez, really the key, perhaps, in this game for Spain, because his 3 quick threes quickly got the Spaniards back on track. Having trailed by 14, they were within 5 only a couple of minutes later. And from there, with their depth of talent, you always back them to complete the comeback and then to pull away. They'll certainly be up against it if they are to become European champions again at Eurobasket. With the talent that's in the lineup, the likes of Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, and many others. But the world number 2 will look to be there or thereabouts, and they certainly look to be there at the 2023 World Cup now after this win, which takes them 7-1 altogether in this campaign and 5-1 in this group. We'll see them keep their place at the top of the group, ahead of the likes of Italy and Georgia, with the top 3 booking their tickets to the tournament finals next summer. 4 more qualifiers to come for them. But they now have a couple of wins advantage over their challengers. Surely you can't see Spain slipping with the talent they possess and the position they're in. The rest of the teams ongoing in action in Group L. Spain top at 5-1 and 2 wins ahead of Georgia and Iceland, although those 2 teams still to play. Hard to see Spain slipping out of the top 3 over the final 2 qualifying windows. The Dutch now 0-6, pretty much out of contention. A pleasure having your company for this one. We'll see you next time.